And we are back again, everyone, for another installment of...
The unboxing with Zelda.
And who's Zelda?
Me.
You're Zelda, that's right. And I'm Kit. This is just a continuation of our 4-box extravaganza that we happen to have today. It was supposed to be 5 boxes, but something got delayed. But anyway, we have from here
a Target box. 2
boxes from Target. Some of you might already have an idea what one of them is, but we're not going to open that one first. We're going to start
this one
with the other Target exclusive that no one is talking about. I hope. I think that's what this is. Can you do the honors, Zelda Bell?
Target thingy. Oh, I got it. Whoa, it looks like this. It's a Pokemon thing. I love Pokemon.
So this is Pokemon Battle Academy. It's another Learn to Play set. It comes, well, let's open it up and see. It's got some decks of cards. We will go ahead and open it and see.
I'm opening.
All right, open that up. It has, we've got a game board, which shows you where all your cards go out for a 2-player game. So
looks like we have all these little booklets telling you about your characters and how to do them.
Yep, there's your Pikachu deck. So yeah, it comes with.
Look at the bad guy one.
Whoa!
We've seen this movie already, and I remember this bad.
It comes with 3 decks.
It wasn't really bad.
And a deck guide for each of them to help teach you how to play the game. All the tokens you need, of course. And some stuff for Pokemon Online.
I think I have seen these 2, but I've never seen this one. I've seen other Pokemon other than these 2.
Yeah, so we bought a couple of Pokemon decks.
This one, but I'm not sure.
We bought a couple of Pokemon decks last year, but haven't really gotten into it yet. But I saw this came out, and I thought it would be a good way to learn to play it. Yeah, well, no. And at the time, you couldn't read at all, so really, me and Tempe played it. But now that you're learning to read...
Well, I played like one time.
You did a little bit of the little, with the little... One of the trainers, one of the little starter sets that they had before where it walked, you set your deck in a preset format. You're going to go ahead and punch all those out.
They're really smooth.
Yeah, so you get your little point tokens and such, which I will replace with 3D printed tokens, because I'm a nerd.
He's a big nerd. Then I won't punch these out.
You can punch them, it's fine. Yeah, these are a little lower quality. They're not as thick as the last things we punched, are they? These are pretty much the thinnest cardstock you can get. But they work. They get the job done. Anyway, we are not going to waste too much time on that because
it looks really cool.
It does look cool. We can play this. We can either check it out maybe tonight, or if not, you and I can play it in the morning. But it does have a nice little. It's got a good little insert for organizing.
Love Pokemon.
All right, and
Pika.
We're going to pause here for a minute and get ready for the next step. So, goodbye for now.
And it's a Target box, of course. Bye, everyone. Hi, we're back with Unboxing with Zelda, and here's Kit.
Hi again, and we have another box from Target. You can probably guess what it is, but we're going to open it anyway. And we will go ahead and open all of it and sort it out and punch it. And you're welcome to join us as we do so. If I can get the box open.
You might not punch it and stuff.
All right, Zelda. Yeah, let me just do it this way.
Yay, bubble wrap! I love bubble wrap.
Yes.
And it's big wrap.
And it's in the way.
Why did they have to...
Dun. Behold!
Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion?
That is correct. Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. This is the newest standalone or expand. You can play it with. You can mix with Gloomhaven as you will see in a minute. But this is the more accessible, somewhat smaller Gloomhaven. As you can see, it's still a pretty big box, but if we compare it to its big brother, as you can see, it's much smaller. So let's set this aside.
The big one.
The big one.
Open
this up and see what we have inside. So with Gloomhaven, it's a limited. It's for the next month or so. It is a Target exclusive, and then it will be getting regular retail distribution. So please, if you cannot get it now, don't go paying $150 for it. Just wait. There's no reason to overpay for
You
games.
paid $100?
No, I ordered this online and I paid the normal $59.99 or whatever it is. This is a $60 game, but people are already trying to sell it for like $100, $150 because most of the stores are sold out. But they have more coming, so just be patient. And our Target alone is supposed to get 15,000 of them. So if you just wait, I'm sure you can get your hands on a copy at a normal price. So we have a Welcome to Gloomhaven sheet, which tells you stop, read this before you do anything else. There are more components in this game box than you may be used to. And it's important to make sure they are organized before you start to play the game. This sheet will give you step-by-step instructions on how to easily organize your game box and where to go from there, so you can start playing as fast as possible. Now that's pretty cool, actually. So in here we have a Learn to Play guide. We've got a glossary and / rulebook. Then we have a nice little spiral bound supplemental scenario book. So this is, I'll show you in a second. So one of the main differences about this as opposed to regular Gloomhaven is instead of your big modular maps where you're finding your tiles, all the locations are just right here in the scenario book. So you bust out your monsters, maybe throw down a few terrain tokens, and you're ready to go. You don't have to spend nearly as much time doing a setup. So this is like standard like magazine paper almost. I will say right off the bat, I wish this was a little bit thicker because it's a little wrinkly. Hopefully that'll, just because the moisture, hopefully that'll flatten out. We will see.
This looks fun.
And also, so that some of the maps will be a little bit bigger, and that's where this supplemental scenario book comes in. So you might have a case where you have a map, say, like that. It would not be this one, but you can extend them a little bit by using this supplemental scenario book. So the dungeons aren't going to be as sprawling as in Gloomhaven, but it also means you can get it set up in 5 minutes. We got our location stickers. I won't show that too long as to prevent any spoilers. And then, Zelda, you can start punching all this stuff. We've got all the standard Gloomhaven status tokens and the infusions for infusing your elements.
This is a good quality. Feel it.
Here is your city map.
Try to print out one of these. It's really good.
Nice.
It's nice.
Yep. And we have 4 health and XP trackers. Just little double dials with a health point that goes from 0 to 26. And same for XP, because during your adventure, during a scenario, you will acquire XP as you go. And you'll just track it with that and write it down on your character sheet at the end. So, as hopefully you can see this, it actually comes with an organizer into it. I know that's one of the big things everyone's raving about is it's just super easy to get things tucked away. So you've got your 4 character tuck boxes. And inside of each character tuck box is everything you need except for the mini. So you've got your cards, you've got your starting deck. So when you open up one of these boxes, you're going to take the small deck of cards, and that is your starting cards for that class. It even says right here. Oh, sorry, I am totally wrong on that. I should look at what's in front of me. This, in fact, says do not open this pack of cards until your character reaches level 5. So these are more of advanced cards. So this is the Red Guard deck.
So we don't open those.
And it's got your player
We
aid in
shouldn't
it.
open those.
No, these are the ones we do open.
Oh.
It's got your player aid. It's got all your basic cards. So one of the other things they did in this, so your first set of cards, you're going to have all these A cards that are kind of simplified from regular Gloomhaven. And at some point in the game, you will there's some A and some B cards. And at some point, you will actually just toss all of those and do your deck like normal. So if we look here, we've got the red guard. He's got a 10 card hand limit. He's got 10 hit points to start, so he's kind of tanky. You got the backstory on the back. Nothing totally unfamiliar. If you're familiar with Gloomhaven, this is nothing new. If you're not, then it might be new, but just know this is a much more approachable set of components. And we have our character-specific token markers. And for each character, there is its own mini in these nice little tuck boxes.
I see Tempe has came back.
Would you like to look at the mini? I am curious about these. I have heard that they are quite a bit better quality than original Gloomhaven. There's four. It has 4 minis, one for each character. So the regular Gloomhaven had 17.
Can you help me get the white one too? It won't open.
The heart one.
It's like a white bomb. It opens.
Hold on. Look. You gotta be careful. You just put your finger down there. And yeah, let me get started for you.
Is it okay if you whip it?
Well, then they never close back. So yeah, sometimes tuck boxes can be a little annoying. Don't think they're gonna see that from there. I think you're going to have to get way closer to the camera.
Let's do it.
You
Okay, you can do it. You're just gonna have to find that on your own.
Yeah, they look there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I would say they're definitely a step above in detail from the first Gloomhavens. Won't know for sure until I slap some paint on them, but they look pretty good.
Get out!
Oh, are there 5 classes? I thought there were only 4. Maybe I was wrong. Let's see. 1, 2. There's something. No, there's still just 4 classes. Okay, so then we have little bags. So you can basically separate out your monsters into little bags, and then you just grab those bags and set them out.
Is there one more?
You've got rooms for all of your.
To open?
I opened one. I opened this one. Yes, there's still. Oh, this one was opened. And then there are these that we don't open until the campaign tells us to. These are secrets. This game has lots of secrets to unlock.
There's a lot of little people too.
Yeah, and then we have your battle goals. Battle goals for those that have not played Gloomhaven. During each scenario, you're going to deal each player 2. They're going to pick one to try to do. And it's going to be hidden information. And if they're successful, like this one says, Acrobat. Lose a card to negate suffering 5 or more damage. So when you get hit, if you have a big hit coming in, anytime you take damage, you always have the option of losing a card from your hand to negate the damage, or 2 cards from your discard. So in this case, say a skeleton shoots you for 6, you decide to lose a card, you would have accomplished this, so you could reveal it and showing you've completed it. And then if you're successful in the adventure, if you complete the scenario successfully, you then get a check mark on your character sheet, and you get enough check marks and you get to unlock perks. Perks let you, the other interesting thing about Gloomhaven is that when you go to do combat, instead of having dice, you have attack modifier decks. Do we have them in here? Which normally they have a bunch of bunch of +0s and a couple of +1s and a +2 and even a doubler and a -1, some -1s, a -2, and then there's a miss, there's a null. So it's kind of like dice, and then, so that'll affect your attack. So it is kind of like dice, but the cool thing is unlike dice, you can customize it, because as you gain these perks, you're going to get to add and remove cards from your deck, from your attack modifier deck. So you can add, so like this guy does he have any special cards? Actually, no, he just has a straight up standard attack modifier deck. I'm assuming that it works the same and that you get to customize it. There are some, here we go, we have some, do not.
Can you get that?
Yes, here we go, because here's the attack modifier. Each character has a standard, they have their standard attack modifier deck, which just has all the cards, the ones I was talking about. And then they have a special pack of replacement cards as they do some of the perks. So one of the perks might be like remove 2 -1 cards from your deck, so you just pull those out. Or add some +2 and a poison or something. So you get to customize them. It's hard to do that with dice. So that's the main difference. Yes, there's still there's still a little bit of randomness, but it's manageable for the most part, and you can alter your deck to have this randomness and swinginess go whichever way you want. Anyway, so this is Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. We are just going to sit here and continue punching and sorting. You're welcome to continue watching. If not, that's okay too. And we will hopefully be playing this tomorrow morning.
Maybe we will make a video.
So the other thing that makes this one much more accessible and easier for one, it's got a lot less scenarios. It's got a lot less scenarios than the main one, so it's more manageable to actually. The idea of completing the campaign is probably going to be easier for most people. And the other main difference is it's got basically the first scenario is basically a tutorial that just teaches you how to play as you go.
Ooh, look at these. There's like 5.
Those are, so you have the magic in Gloomhaven works a little bit different. Some of you have what's called elemental infusions. And you have an infusion board, and certain effects will let you infuse the battlefield with, let's see, where is our infusion board? With an element. And then that can be used. Now let me use little dividers. There's a couple of card dividers for the cards in here. But that infused thing can then be used on another card to make an attack more powerful. So you might have a specific action, a specific part on an action that only triggers, like say if you got fire infused. So instead of that always just being on demand, you have to create that element first. And it doesn't happen until the end of your activation. So you can't say you play a card that makes fire, you can't use that with your other card. Someone else could use it.
I'm punching out like some of the medium and big stuff though.
Okay. I see. There is the element. There's the infusion board. That is what your tokens all go on. And Tempest, you're welcome to help punch.
Come on.
You don't have to hang around, Tiffany. Alright, we've got our city events. So the other difference here, in Gloomhaven, the main Gloomhaven, city events were optional and only while you were in the town. Now, city events happen automatically at the end of every scenario. But it looks like they took out road events just to kind of streamline it. So you only have the city events. Unavailable items. Yeah, so you still get, so same thing. Just like with Gloomhaven, you have items, and a lot of the items are not available when you first start out. As you level up, you're going to do things. You're going to gain prosperity in your city, and at some point you will unlock new tiers of items. So they give a nice little divider to just stick in there behind the unavailable cards. And then monsters also have their own attack modifier deck. And there's also some extra curse cards and bless cards because you can you can buy blessings in town, and there are also other effects that might allow you to either get cursed or blessed by monsters or to curse or bless monsters. So you get some extras in there, and also some scenario effects might curse you. And when you're cursed or blessed, if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, it's kind of like advantage or disadvantage. You are going to flip 2 attack modifier cards and pick either the best or the worst, depending on if you are cursed or blessed. If you're cursed, you take the best of the 2. Otherwise, you take the worst. All right, so let's look at our. Okay, so if we look at our thing, Zelda, here you can look at this. I will give you this. You can start. Look, it shows you where all the pieces go, so you can start putting them into.
So this. I'll start on this one.
Okay. So like.
It has the chest, it seems like.
Yeah, and these guys just go right there. And then we have our monster cards. So these are the when it's basically at the start of every round, for every monster you have revealed, you're going to flip one of their cards, and it's going to tell you what kind of attack they're doing that round.
Some of these little tokens have the same. They have like skulls on them, or there are these like this axe one, the staff one, a bomb one. So those ones are probably like the special ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet what these are. It has like giant viper. Blood imp. Yeah, I don't know what we do with those yet. We'll find. Those are new. Those were not in. I mean, it is just telling you what all the. It's got little tokens for each of the classes. All right. So the other thing it tells us to do on this is we have little tuck bags for each of the monster types. So we're going to separate out the monster types, and then they all get their own bag. So then when you, so say I find a scenario that needs vermling corpses. I just grab the tokens for Vermling Corpse. Or Vermling Scouts, not Corpse. Hopefully there'll be a Vermling Corpse when we're done, but there's also living corpses, or as I call them, Skellybones. Water got knocked over. So we got living spirits, we've got living corpses, we've got Vermling Scouts. We have imps. We have, what else we got? We have black sludge. And if you have both Gloomhaven and Jaws of the Lion, you're more than welcome to use any of your normal Gloomhaven classes in this, or vice versa. You can take these characters and play them in your normal Gloomhaven campaign. For me, it's going to be I'm planning to use this to hopefully get my family playing it in time, get them playing it and hopefully enjoying it so that they are excited when Frosthaven ships. Whenever that might be. Frosthaven is the sequel to Gloomhaven. It's a whole new big box adventure.
Does it have like ice?
Yeah, it's up in the It's up in the cold northern part. And it's got some city building elements, so it basically takes the Gloomhaven formula and adds on to it even more. So it's gonna be pretty epic.
And this looks pretty fun, actually.
But I'm kind of worried because I've been a little spoiled. I've been playing Gloomhaven. I mean, I finished the main campaign like 2 years ago. I've actually played it partially through with 2 other groups, and then we just recently, after the quarantine started, a couple of friends of mine, we started up a virtual campaign on Tabletop Simulator, just starting from scratch because I had some other friends that had never really played or had only played a couple of games. And the Gloomhaven Fantasy setup on Tabletop Simulator. I don't remember the author's name at the moment. I will try to link it later. If you have not checked it out, it is really good. It's the only downside is it's kind of spoiling me on not having to deal with all the setup and teardown, having all that stuff just taken care of, and it plays really, really well and really smoothly. So I'm really kind of worried about when Frosthaven comes in, am I going to be able to get back into the mindset of setting up this big, giant game? Interesting. So for the Vermling Raiders, there's two separate things. We have basic Vermling Raiders, and then we have Vermling Raiders. I'm assuming that is probably going to come into play in those tutorial scenarios. But anyway, so we've got Vermling Raiders. We have Vermling Scouts. We've got Giant Vipers, a basic and regular apparently. There's the regular Giant Vipers. We have Imps. And sometimes a card might apply to more than one monster type. In Gloomhaven, I know like the Imp card was for both. Now I can't remember, Forest Sprites. So anyway, sometimes people will share a card. I don't know if that happens in this or not. Stone Golems. We've got your boss decks. So with your boss deck, they're going to have mainly a couple of basic attacks, and then they have a bunch of special ones and special twos, which every boss has its own little special thing that will trigger based off of those. And we have apparently basic zealots and regular zealots. And chaos demons. No monstrosity. So much more. Alright, so what do we got? Alright, so here I need these. These are most definitely stone golems. I'm actually surprised. Those are they're exactly like the stone golems.
And there's some more to punch out too, actually. I saw another sheet.
Oh yeah, I need all of these guys, because these.
Yeah, see there's more block guys.
Oh yeah, more stone golems. Most of the creatures, there's either going to be 6 or 10. Some of them there will only be like 3 or 4 if they're really big. Most of them are 6 or 10. So, according to this, we can take the tokens. What all are we supposed to say? You will see 6 punch boards full of tokens. Yes, done. Find the set of plastic zip flags. Yes.
I want my tutu.
So it does say there will be 3 unique monsters left which can go in a bag together. So we're going to take all of...
I want my tutu kinda.
You ruined it? What do you mean?
It's flopping.
Oh, well no, that's fine. It'll flop back up. It's fine. Okay, what'd I do with all the bags it gave me? Salud! Oh, salud. Make sure you cover that mouth. Try not to sneeze on the components. That would be yucky. Okay, apparently I've already managed to lose the Ziploc bags it gave us.
Don't lose the rest of them. Because this is some very important pieces.
Where'd my bags go?
My sister Tempe thought this was expansion.
Well, the good thing is I have a ton of bags. If I don't find them, it's not a problem. I will just start separating the things back out the way they belong. And I forgot to put these guys back into the red guard box. Where is the red guard box? So we will just get all of our stuff ready. Alright, so we've got 4, 5, 6. Okay. What do we think? Is this what do we think? Is this a Chaos Demon or is this a Zealot? I think that's a Zealot. I'm just going to guess for now, and then I'll go look at the monster stat cards and figure it out for sure. These definitely look like Vermlings to me.
just trying to make it.
Oh, okay. So how's your summer so far, Zelda?
Good.
Good. You glad school's out?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of iPad, but I still have chores.
You haven't really been doing that much iPad. I mean, you didn't.
And today we kind of moved my room around.
Today we moved everything around.
Yeah, so we have some shelves now by my bed so I can reach by and like grab my water bottle.
Well, and you have your own game shelf now, don't you? You
Yeah.
have your very own
The
little
shelves
shelfie.
by
And
my bed.
in fact, and Pokemon will probably go up there. That'll be a new game for your game shelf.
There is 2 shelves by my bed. So some by my ladder, because I have a loft bed, and then some by just my pillow and where I put my head.
So yes, we've been doing all sorts of crazy reorganization. We do in our house. We every so often we just decide that we need to mix it all up.
Tempe has my mom's desk now. My mom's gonna get
Well,
a new desk.
that
My
desk,
sofa's
no,
moved.
that desk was my desk first. Then it went up. Then we let your mom start using it for a while when I redid the game room, and now Tempe's using it, and she's getting a new desk. And I just redid the game room again today, and we did the garage yesterday, so I could move my big 3D printer out there.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's been an interesting, exhausting couple of days.
When we organized the garage, there was still like the outside of it was crazy. It was like a crazy garage sale, but we weren't selling stuff.
With no price tags.
Yeah, we weren't actually selling anything. It just looked like a crazy garage sale.
All right.
And if you're not sure what a garage sale is, don't look. It's not like you're getting a brand new garage.
Well, maybe if you go to the right garage sale, you can get a brand new garage.
That would be kind of hard to carry in your car.
Well, no, you put your car in it.
Your house should be right next door then, if you want to get it.
Definitely a good quality punch board here. Yeah, most of the components are really nice. I do wish the scenario book was. I mean, I'd pay $5 or $10 more if they did a linen finish book like Wingspan, or maybe PVC books like chip through stuff. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. It just seems a little flimsy, especially compared to some of the other storybook games like Stuffed Fables, Mice and Mystics.
Oh, I really want to play Stuffed Fables again.
Okay.
Like, I always ask, but then you're like,
Well, I know you always say you want to play it, but then we start, and you guys get antsy because it's a little bit long in the narration. I think what I did just get, I'm going to try it with our friends tomorrow first, but I did also just get Forgotten Waters, which is by the same people, but it's supposed to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't seem too grown up for you and Sissy, but so we're going to play it tomorrow, your mom and I, and check it out. Hopefully, or not tomorrow, Sunday. I'm hoping to play this tomorrow, if not tonight.
And sometimes also in my room, if I have any games, because some games they allow me to play them with my stuffies, because I can like roll the dice for my stuffies and like Unicorn Glitter Luck. Definitely not Sleeping Queens though, because you can't look at people's cards in Sleeping Queens.
Not unless you're cheating.
Which I would be.
Alright, so the monsters, let's see what we've got.
The monsters. Oh, baby, the monsters.
What I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to put these cards in with the monsters. I think it's pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to do anyway. Vermin Scout. Alright, cool. All those are good. Of course, I still have to find my. You got some lovely little worms here, Zelda.
Those are more snakes.
I know. Well, they are actually. What are these? These are giant vipers. So yeah, that would be a snake. Because a viper is indeed a type of snake.
I've never heard of a viper.
Well, most poisonous snakes are vipers. It's just
He's one of the big guys.
is. So there should be, yep, these 3 are uniques and will stand alone. Those, for when you play those guys, those will be the, there's no spot for these. Nowhere for those to go in the little tray. Is there another? No, okay, so, oh yeah, no, they go underneath, they go with the treasure chest and stuff, they'll go in there.
Okay.
These are just more traps. More traps. All right, that punch board looks empty.
And do we put these little tokens?
Those, I am not sure. No, those. Oh, so those are initiative order tokens. Nice. Okay, that makes sense. I tend to use. Yeah. So when we played Gloomhaven before, I would use. So these are little initiative tokens, so you can put everything in order for what order things activated. I was using either. I had some plastic playing cards that I would use wood erase markers on and just cycle those through, and poker chips,
special ones,
and some poker chips that I would put things on. So what we can do, yes, so we need to put each of these. So Blood Imp. So we will put those in the bags with the standees and the things. So we have Black Imp. We've got my cards are getting all mixed, all piled together. Okay, my boss is contaminated.
What's this called again?
Blue Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion.
Gloomhaven,
not to be confused with Bloomhaven, which I don't even know what that would be.
Bloom.
I guess it'd be it'd be all about planting flowers, making gardens. All right.
Pretty much.
Stone
I
Golem.
think you do that one. You do that one game where it has like the fountains, and you put down tiles, and you have the little watering can that moves around, so you can't get tiles.
Ishtar.
I think
It's over there. It's all moved today. Girl, I moved everything today.
Well, not this.
Nope, over there. Right by the other quest for Eldorados. To your left. To your left. Down a little bit. Right below. Here you go.
This one.
That one. You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take it over.
Oh, okay. You know.
Yes, it is a fun game.
That is it. Ishtar. Well, that is a good old Bruno Cathala game. You like a lot of Bruno Cathala games.
Like what other games?
Well, King Domino, Queen Domino, Scrabia.
Which we have.
Yeah, and well, we have King and Queen Domino.
We have all the games you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Including the...
Trying to remember.
Poker.
That is not Bruno Cathala, but it's also a good game.
It's poker, but you have like bugs, like cockroaches and rats.
Well, it's not really poker. It is just purely a bluffing game.
Yeah.
But it is
It's
it is
poker.
fun. It is pretty silly. It's a fun little. It's a good game for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely eating it.
I
And
played it with my mom, my dad, and my sister. I feel like Odin could.
well,
play
and you
this.
played it with kids at Backstage Dance. Or no, I guess you didn't. Tempe did. Because while you're in class, we would play games with those other little girls that were waiting for their class. And we would sometimes take Scrabia, and we did cockroach poker a couple of times. So just trying to get other people into the game world as well.
You might be. So maybe the girls are watching.
Maybe. Ooh, we have a blood monstrosity. That sounds creepy. You know,
That sounds very creepy.
and then we also have a rat monstrosity.
I hear music.
You do. They need to turn that down because we are rolling here.
I'm gonna
It's
go
okay.
tell.
Whoa, do we think this is our blood demon, our blood monstrosity?
I think so. But let me go tell to turn it down. What's the...
Oh no, that's one of the uniques. Did we get all of our punch boards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we got all of our punch boards. Okay, so I guess I should look to see what these guys look like. Alright. Alright, giant fibers we know, stone golems for sure. black imps. That's right, these are imps. There we go. We will put those in the imp stack. Nice.
Okay. I got them to turn it down.
And as I thought, these are the Vermilion Scouts, because they are the exact same Vermilion Scouts that are in Gloomhaven.
But Tempe's
And the Living Spirits are also. We are missing. Do you see any more monster tokens, Zelda? Or perhaps even another sheet. There's got to be, because I've only got, oh no, never mind, there's only 4 of these. We're good. We got them all. So we've got our living
should we start placing these?
No, those you only do when you, these are things that you unlock in the game. So those are like other more little secrets. Living corpse, of course we know what the living corpse are, because again, they were in the last one. And then we got our black sludge.
Crazy.
There's our black sludge. Look at those. They're kind of creepy, kind of ugly.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
What if you ate one of those?
What if you ate one of those?
Alive.
Alive, huh?
But
There's
even
your
when
bosses.
cooked, not baked, disgusting.
Vermilion Raiders. Ba-doom. Where's their, oh, that's Vermilion Scouts. Where's their initiative card?
Ready, set, here
There
we
it is.
go.
And then we've got, what else? There's the, I was right, that's the blood monstrosity. Pretty creepy looking.
Yep.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I saw them. Can't find my blood monstrosities.
The Blundman. I think I can find them. Maybe I can find them. Do we?
Over here. They were hiding under the.
Good, because we don't want to lose.
And then we got blood imps.
Ew.
These are these little guys right here. They look like little pink fleshy balls with a mouth. I don't know, they're imps.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Sure you will. And then we have our rat monstrosities. Look, yeah, big rats. Alright, now we just gotta find those bags so we can put this stuff in it.
Or just use unpack stacks.
True, I guess. But we have a stack that it came with
Those
somewhere.
are all the bags.
No, these are all the things I just. These are the wrappings. That I had the bags in my hand, and then did they end up? No, that's okay. I'll find them. No worries.
Goodbye.
No, goodbye. We're leaving. Oh, and here are. Oh, forgot to put that back in. So these are your little character sheets. Each character has a little pad of sheets where you will write down your XP, your gold, any other notes you want, and we talked about the perks earlier. These are where you get to check off your perks. It's all very exciting. So this was, Gloomhaven was also the first Gloomhaven. I backed it the first go round, and it was the second or third game I backed. First one was Fireteam Zero. I was just kind of getting back into modern board games. I played a little bit in around 2010, 2011. I had like Small World and Arkham Horror and some of the stuff that was being played on tabletop with Will Wheaton. But then there was kind of a hiatus for a while because we didn't really have a group. But then, and later on, I managed to get into another group and got more into games. And then, since I had people to play with, I was already a Kickstarter fan anyway, so I started backing a couple of board games that looked interesting. And when you start off with the Gloomhaven is one of your first ones, it's kind of hard to step away from Kickstarter at that point. I know some people are very hesitant with Kickstarter, and I understand it. I've gotten some games that aren't as good. But I've overall gotten some pretty good games out of Kickstarter. So I am not too upset about that. It is easy to go overboard though, which is the only downside. Anyway, I think we're good enough here. I'm just going to find my bags and put all this away. But as you can see, basically when you go to play, you pull out your scenario book, you see where you're going. that's the map. The scenario book is going to tell you which monsters you need and which terrain, any sort of terrain tokens, which we have nicely in this little tray. So you're just going to grab your bags for your various monsters, pull them out, and you're done. It's like probably less than a 5-minute setup. There is even a little cover for this guy. So yeah, so there you have it. Are you done, Zelda? You look like you're fading on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of late here. It's 9 p.m. on a Friday night at this point. 8 p.m.
Why is there a table outside?
There's a table outside because I put it out there to have a place to stack things while I was rearranging the room.
Cool, I don't care. Cool.
Then why did you ask?
I don't know.
Good night, Zelda.